Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing The Last of Us on grounded difficulty mode, and this is part 17 of my guide. It's called, I believe it's called The Hunt. We're in the winter section, and we're tasked with killing this deer here, which you need to kill twice, but that's probably not the reason why you're watching this video. You're probably watching it because you need help with the gunfights versus the infected, and if you need help with that, I'm here for you. And I know where you're coming from because it's not easy, but it's depending on what your point of reference is about hard games, you know, what you've played in the past, you might struggle. I've done this part about 4 times now, the first fight, because just doing the fight is not enough sometimes, because the first fight is arguably a little easier than the second fight, and if you are watching this video, you know what fights I'm talking about. So I'm here for you. I know where you're coming from. I dig where you're coming from, and we're going to get right into this. So why have I done it 4 or 5 times? Because I got to the second wave, you know, that the bloater section, and I didn't have enough resources, so I had to keep doing it. And it got to the point where the first part was very mechanical for me, and I did it, you know, I die a lot on the first part. It's very easy to get grabbed. I never have a problem really with the ammo conservation. It's mostly not being accurate enough and not multitasking fast enough and getting a little bit unlucky with people running into the cabin. So it's pretty challenging. So the first thing I'll say is that on these sections here, they checkpointed at 2 places. They checkpointed like at the initial stage, and then they give you a couple of seconds. In the second section, they give you like 30 seconds to get all your bearings straight, get all your loadout the way you want. So when you have it that way, don't ever reset from the encounter, or you'll have to get all your bearings straight again and your loadout, and you know, your nail bombs placed wherever you need them to be. But when you start the encounter, reload the rifle. You get 4 rifle shots and 9 arrow shots. There's nothing to pick up from the locker. David will give you some ammunition, but what I like to do first is take out these 3 guys with arrows, and I like to wait until they come right up to the cabin, and when they're smashing down those boards. And sometimes the arrows just are not quick enough for these guys' movements. And you can also pick up arrows from outside if the bodies are close enough, like just happened right there. But like the best advice I can give you also is stay right behind David, because if you're behind him, they'll attack him. And then when they're attacking him, go up to them and press the square or the triangle button. Like right here, see that? She came for him, so I stabbed her, and it's a free kill every single time. So now what you need to do is reconnoiter the environment, pick up all the arrows, make sure your rifle is loaded. There's nothing in that locker, like I said. And if you want, you can participate in this. I just do it because it's a free kill from that clicker. You don't have to press the square button to win this. It just wins you automatically. And I've tested it. I've done it without pressing the square button, and then I went to go pick up the HP pack that's after this, and it said I was full health. So you don't have to press the square button there. So don't even bother. But what I like to do now is take care of this guy right there. Sometimes David will get in the way though, so you know, either be quick about it or just wait until he moves out of the way. And I'm one of those people that I don't memorize where these guys are coming from. It's the same every single time, and you'll get the pattern of it, but I never memorize it, so it's all reacting to it, and I don't go out of my way to shoot them from a distance, like when they're running. Like this guy was a little bit of an anomaly there, but the best, it's hard to shoot them also when they're charging, so it's the best time to shoot them with the arrow is when they're right about to come up to you. Shoot them right in the chest. The clickers have to be headshotted with the arrows, otherwise it's 2 shots, but with a rifle, a body shot will kill the clickers. So at this point, reload, stay behind David. He'll give you ammo but you have to be out of ammo to get the ammo. So you know, do these kills. What else? It's pretty tense, I will say that. But David will sometimes save you. Sometimes he will, you know, just see how they'll go for him, and then I expected this to be a lot more challenging. Like when I first did this, it was very difficult. I understand, but when you keep doing it dozens of times, it gets to the point where it's very mechanical. So here is a little lull in the battle. You want to go to the windows, try to pick up things through the geometry, and now we're kicking the door, and a clicker will always come in this room, and it does not checkpoint it here. So I would say what I try to do is I wait. It's a little bit risky to have the clicker run at David because it often won't go to David. So what you have to do is just body shot the clicker. If it's an arrow, if that thing is bearing down on you and you shoot it with an arrow, it won't kill it unless you shoot it right in the head. But there's the HP pack right there, and that's the first section taken care of. If I were you, I would keep redoing that until you waste as few arrows and rifle ammunition as possible. Like for instance, I think if you have even 2 and 2 left is pretty damn good. I mean, I've seen people have a lot more left, and this take, I don't think these takes were consecutive either. I think like when I came down here, this was me redoing the section from another point, so I have more stuff. But if you have expended too much ammo, a lot of the melee attacks that you do on the clickers, they'll give you ammunition, and they give you a whole bunch of stuff right before the second encounter too. So like right there, I had 2 and 3 is actually very good for me. It might not look like it, but normally I would have like 1 and 1 or 1 and 0, something like that. So pick up the explosive powder, and with Ellie, what you can do is you can melee with these clickers, provided you haven't aggroed them into the state where they are charging at you. This guy, sometimes this guy will drop ammo, but for me, it's not dropping ammo because I have what the game considers too much of ammo. So, like if I had 0 ammo, I'm sure I would have got like 3 ammo drops right there, like 3 for the gun. But when you come down here, and that basically will give you a guiding point. Like if you're not getting very many ammo drops, it's because the game pretty much says, okay, this guy has enough, we're not going to give him any more drops. But if you're really low, they will be pretty generous about giving you drops. So when you come down here, pick up those items, very important. Just make sure everything that I pick up, make sure you pick it up, because you'll want to craft a nail bomb. I think they give you both a nail bomb and a Molotov, plus a lot of other stuff for dealing with the bloater. And I do not mess around with the bloater. You could take out the clickers from before, right ahead of them or behind them. All you need to do is just wait until they're right next to you, press towards them, and the triangle button to kill them. I think the square button is not for the really serious takedowns that she can do. So at this point, you're given a checkpoint. And the last time I did this guide, a year ago, I didn't get the items over here, so I would implore you. I think there's only 1 item, but hell, that could be the difference of crafting an item on the next section. And again, I don't memorize at all where enemies are coming from, and I'm not trying to say that memorizing it is a bad thing whatsoever. It can be, but it's just hard enough to multitask and cycle through all your weapons and react to the situation, I think, and I just don't apply that extra amount of forethought to the battle. I just don't. So, but I really empathize with people who are struggling on these 2 sections, because the difficulty, it just very rapidly spikes. You're with a different character, and it's a pretty extreme difficulty spike. And I will never say that these fights are very easy, because I mean they get to be manageable. That's what I'll say about them. But in here is a pendant, which is useless to us. What is in here? Half of a compress, so that's pretty good. And then there's nothing else. So what you can do now is head back. I was just looking a little bit more because I was wanting there to be more in there, but there's just not. And then once you interact with the ladder, you'll get some immunity. So again, with the states of the environment, when you get to the next section, if at any point like you're not satisfied with where you've placed the nail bombs, just restart the encounter. It'll start you like 45 seconds before the encounter. It's very considerate of the game. I really appreciate that, you know. So they give you very good consideration here. So when you come in here, you're going to get a checkpoint pretty soon. So just pick up everything. What do we have here? We have some scissors. There's going to be another pair of scissors, some alcohol, scissors in this crate right here. The explosive powder. You want a brick. There's the full nail bomb. So they're pretty generous about giving you a lot of stuff here. And there's an arrow. Anything in the drawer? I don't believe so. And then I think there's a Molotov over here. A Molotov. So even if you've picked up nothing, they just gave you a Molotov and a nail bomb. So what I do is I craft another nail bomb and another Molotov. So I have 2 and 2. So what I'm going to do is put in 2 nail bombs where the bloater comes. Let's see, I'm going to put one right there. I thought he actually came in the elevator lift, but he comes outside of here. So it didn't look like it there. Well, it didn't even appear there, but I put 2 nail bombs there and another reset. So right here you'll have 3 runners spawning. So I kill 1, 2, 3, and then there's going to be 2 clickers coming. Just make sure you always hover over the bodies and pick up what you're getting back from pickups. Then I'm going to brick the next guy. Throw a brick, stab him. Pick this up, reload. The reload time is very long for this character, so it's very crucial to reload constantly, especially when they're giving you a break from when you see enemies not coming for a second. Like at this point there's a minor break, and the game will always tell you like there's an enemy behind you, you know, watch to your left. It's very good about that. So he says make every shot count, but you don't have to. If you make most of them count, you can survive this. And you can also make up for what ammunition you don't have by using Molotovs. So free kill right here, plus iframe immunity during the kill. And just back off, pick everything up, reload constantly. You know, just stay behind David, let them attack him so you can get your free kill. There's a Molotov because I just got into one of those positions where I was getting overwrought. So hover over the enemies, pick everything up. And I believe on my survivor guide I wasn't staying in here, but I found that staying in here is a little bit better, even though, like, for instance, right over here I had an enemy coming up right behind me in a second. But in the game's defense, David told me there's an enemy behind you. That's why I even knew to turn there. So I got damaged pretty well there. You can survive things like that, but if you get grabbed, it's just over. And what I would recommend is just let the animation play out so you don't reset the encounter, and have everything the way you want it. So at this point, there's a lull in the battle, and we'll have a couple of clickers and then the bloater. So just take these guys down. Missed him. Got him. So I'm not even the best shot. So if this can give you confidence, it's a very good starting point for you to do this. So you're given time here. See the 2 nail bombs? So this guy is pretty much dead on arrival when he comes here. And just for good measure, I'm going to throw the nail bomb because I know this guy has a lot of HP. So he's dead. Now we're going to back off and kill the rest of the runners. So make sure you're reloaded. And I think, do I have any ammo here? No ammo. So what I have to do is stay behind David, let the enemies attack David, and then get my free kill. Pick up some ammo, very quickly reload, and that is done. Very difficult, but I hope that this video can give you confidence, and take care.